are listening to Phil Hulett and Friends, coming to you from Berth 76 at the Port Sokol in San Pedro, California, overlooking the bustling Los Angeles harbor through the soundproof windows of the palatial LA radio studio. I'm Phil Hulett. I thank you for listening. This is an old school talk show with a new school twist. Here's some of the topics on today's show. Medical and now recreational marijuana is becoming a legitimate business. Is it time for you to get in on the action? You'll hear from an expert who says, hold on there, little buddy. In light of what happened at Target and Neiman Marcus, are debit cards done? The femme fiscale, Erica Sandberg, joins us live. The crew is here. Always lovely to see Jennifer Bjorklund when you could see her. She's not here, but she's going to Skype in later with a nice explanation. Jay Campanonia's mother always loves to see him, and he's here.
Sometimes. I heard her say, somebody went up to her, oh, you're Jason's mom? And you know what she says?
What?
I don't know. What'd he do?
And on his first full day on the show as the new sports guy, Chris Martin is here.
And glad to be here.
Oh, I'm sure you're glad to be anywhere. Mm-hmm. Go like our Facebook page, facebook.com/Phil Hulett and Friends, or email us feedback at philhulettandfriends.com. And we have all sorts of new ways for you to connect with the show, which we'll talk about a little later in the program. This was back in the 80s. I went to the doctor and getting checked out because I've got pneumonia.
What?
Just out of the blue. Healthy.
This wasn't recently.
No, 80s. In the 80s.
Okay.
Healthy young guy with pneumonia. The doctors, yes, okay, what's going on? He's asking me, doctors, they ask a bunch of probing questions, see if they can triangulate and come up with something that sounds doctorly. And that makes sense. So among the questions he asks, in a serious face, do you have a bird? And I said, yeah, I have a parakeet.
Yeah, how'd you know?
And he says, quote unquote, and I'm not going to say the doctor's name, quote unquote, off the bird.
What? That's awesome.
What are you talking about? He said, you can, certain birds, especially parakeets, and some little bit larger birds, the cockatoos, cockatiels, they carry a virus that, when caught by humans, turns into pneumonia almost overnight.
That's crazy.
And I said, well, how do you know my bird has it? He said, you want to take that chance?
Yeah.
So I took that, and I'll never forget
How much does
the words, off the bird.
That is fantastic.
So I go home, convince my wife, we didn't have any kids at the time, convince my wife that, hey, doctor said, so how are you going to do it? I said, all right. So I fill up a bucket in the backyard.
No, you did not, Phil.
Take the bird. This is my one farm life city boy experience. I take the bird in the backyard and I hold it underwater for a 10 count.
Oh, my God.
And it's done. I offed the bird.
Oh, my God. You drowned. You are cruel.
What?
You couldn't have just, opened the cage and let it go?
And give somebody else pneumonia?
Oh, it wouldn't have given anybody some pneumonia. It's a caged bird. It would have been dead in 2 days by a natural predator.
But look, I took responsibility
for
that bird's life.
Oh, my God. I'm never going to piss you off.
I can see the emails coming in now.
Feedback at philhulettandfriends.com. And click the button, the blue tab on the website, and leave us a voicemail.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but look, one had to sacrifice for the many. That's the way I look at it.
Got to break an egg to make some omelets? That's what we're doing? Oh my God, that is cruel. Did it all right, I gotta know now.
Yeah, it struggled. It struggled a little bit. But look at
You are creeping me out.
Look at the size of these man hands.
I know, they're giant.
And
goddamn catcher's mitts.
Yeah. And a parakeet, is like 3 inches tall. So he had nowhere to go, nowhere to hide.
Oh my God.
Nowhere to run. There's a Kenny Loggins song in there somewhere, right?
This is our last show, Chris. Just letting you know. Well, I think we're going to be shut down after that story. Oh, my God.
No. What's wrong with that?
I mean, there's BB guns,
You didn't see Old Yeller?
You kind of just made it worse.
What? The dog was suffering, and And had the family continued to keep that
in,
dog
like,
alive,
the 1890s.
they would have gone bankrupt. So the dog, put it out of its misery.
Yeah, they didn't fill up a tub and drown it. What the hell's the matter with you?
They put a shotgun to his head.
That's quick and painless. Dog doesn't even know what's happening. Bird's going, dude, Phil, what are you doing?
Wait a minute.
What are you doing to me?
Where did the phrase bird brain come from? Birds don't have any. They got a brain the size of a spittle.
That just means you got to be a good shot. Jeez, Phil.
What? I'm going to take a shotgun to a parakeet?
That's what I'm saying. There's a BB gun, slingshot. Just open the cage and let it go.
Make a sport out of it?
Oh, my God.
I was just trying to be workmanlike. It took a lot for me to get up to the point where I was ready to do that.
Well,
too.
yeah, the hitmen, they say the same thing.
And I'm not throwing her out under the bus, but my wife was on board with it. after I
No,
explained
she
it.
was not.
Yes. I walked in. She said, "Did you do it?" Yeah. Well, where is he?
Yeah, well, of course.
He's in the trash. So, do you think we should bury him in the back, maybe?
Yeah, have some dignity.
All right, so I got him back out. We put him in a little box. And the worms got a good lunch.
That's the greatest story I've ever heard.
No, wait till next week.
Oh, my God.
All right, so Jennifer, you are out there, and this time I understand as you are Skyping, we are getting some video from you, which we will post later. If you're listening to this, we'll make sure that you see on our Facebook page how to see the video. But describe what you're videoing for us.
Well, I'm just kind of showing you the news conference area as the news conference just finished. The fire department has updated some of the numbers. They have 30% containment now, which is good news. But it's still at 1,700 acres, which is also great news. They stopped the forward movement of the fire, so now they're just working on big holes around it. Yeah, and they're talking about getting people back into their homes, which is more good news. So
no, that's great because I got to go to work after that. So or after this, so this is good. This is good news.
Yeah, it is good news.
But I heard there's 5 homes now.
That's what we've heard also. Yeah, five places that people call home. So they're structures people live in, not necessarily like 5 separate houses, but I think that's kind of what they mean. It's like they have a few outbuildings and guest houses that people live in that that they're classifying as homes because that's where people live.
Jennifer, there's more important business we have to tend to at the moment because another enormous cruise ship is going by, and as is the tradition, Jay is out there at the window.
I can see him too. I got you guys. I got to split while he is doing his moon over the harbor thing.
Yeah, there he goes. Pants are down. Where do you have to go? You got to leave?
Yeah, I'm showing you my producer over there, and she is getting ready. She's drinking her water bottle, and you see the lights on, cameras on. We're getting ready for action here. She told me 4 minutes about 5 minutes ago, so
okay.
I
All
gotta
right.
go.
Okay, we'll look for you on TV. Thanks, Jen.
Yeah.
And we'll
see you later.
Okay, goodbye
hopefully next time I'll be there in person for real.
All right. That's our Jennifer Bjorklund doing God's work out there, getting on TV, on NBC, on the Weather Channel, on all sorts of places.
She'll be everywhere tonight.
Oh, yeah, because the way that works is they kind of, do they still call them stringers?
Yeah.
In the business?
Yeah.
That's somebody who does a report, and they kind of put a cap on it. We're reporting live from Glendale on WECQ television or on Action News 72 or on KNBC4.
Well, they sell a package.
Yeah.
So person does said report, and then it's like, hey, do you want it over there? Okay, well, it'll cost you. Do you want it over there? Okay, well, it'll cost you.
Yeah.
So good for her.
So hopefully she's making some good scratch on this. But just the same, we're also hoping that people stay safe in this fire.
Yeah.
During the fire season.
It's good to know that they've stopped it. It's good to know that she's safe. It's good to know that I'm going to have a nice, easy day at work.
Yeah. If other people providing all that information about the fire. Well, time flies. It certainly does. Thanks, Chris. Good job first time. You're only going to get better. That's my hope. Thanks for liking Phil Hulett and Friends on Facebook and for subscribing to our RSS feed in all the regular places, your favorite podcast aggregator like iTunes. We're everywhere. Thanks for taking the audience survey on the website. Mike Stark is our executive producer. Theme song composed and performed by Russ Monson. On behalf of Jennifer Bjorklund, Jay Cabadonia, and Chris Martin. Until next week. We're not sure what we're going to do, but until next week, so long from San Pedro, California. And thank you for listening to Phil Hulett and Friends.